I just don't understand why they always want to go to the default, the layup. Oh, the racism angle. Oh, they're profiling. He's in his own neighborhood. He's he's a man of substance. He's actually a positive individual in the community, so on and so forth. And went straight to, oh well, she's a racist. Da da da. She's boohooing about her social media and everything, and threats. Kind of brought on herself. Don't agree with it in totality, but I just didn't understand when I finally got around to seeing it. And I was like, what is she doing? And then after I finished seeing everything, I was like, wow. So I just kind of wanted to see how other people were responding to it. And I went and started paying attention to the comments. And the comments blew my mind. I was like, wow, it has gone from, oh, well, can't say anything, can't judge a woman. She has 8,000 bodies. That's her. Let her live her life. She's young, all these other things. But I don't understand why. I'll address this with the comments.
And so we had 2 days in a row. The letter was posted in the mailroom. Saying that there was
it's just her responding to
not mentioning our name.
Everything blew up in her face, social media and such, and I was kind of caught off guard with these comments. You can never be too careful, especially when you're alone with your babies. Anyone who can't understand or empathize, yada yada. I was like, yeah, why is this woman? Yes, she's in her neighborhood, but why is this woman with her young minor children confronting somebody who she said she was fearful of and considered them a threat? Why isn't she taking her ass home? Why isn't she calling her husband while she's taking her ass home? Why isn't she calling the police while she's taking her ass home? It sounds like it's a very well-to-do neighborhood. Why isn't she calling the local security company that probably is in charge of patrolling the neighborhood before the actual police? I could not understand for the life of me, why is she out there running her mouth while her children are with her? So we don't judge when women are just reckless with their bodies. The lady, the British lady who slept with 1,000 people 24 hours, the other one did 100. Yay, team. But not even for the children, no slap on the back of the wrist. Nobody chastises her for what she's doing with her kids, while she's running her mouth, confronting somebody who said, I was scared. You're in my neighborhood. You're a threat.
Our HOA, then asking for this letter to be sent to all the residents in our community. And after a video was sent of me, they decided to not share the message to the whole neighborhood.
Typical response. And we can say race.
Maybe 4 days ago, both videos of me, praise God, the other one, the one of me apologizing.
I'm so sorry you went through this. You can't even describe someone that seemed like a threat without being deemed rape. You are worried about how people are responding to her, calling her a racist, but you don't have nothing to say about why are you out there confronting somebody with your minor children. Got one in a stroller and one, looks like she's a toddler, 9, 10, something like that.
Was posted as well, which I do appreciate the transparency there. But once again, the videos were posted in our neighborhood page, attaching racism and profiling to, my name wasn't said, but the video was very clear of me on the Ring doorbell with my daughter, with me.
This is one of the most horrible things to have a misunderstanding about. You're concerned about a misunderstanding, not that she's got out there confronting somebody she says is a threat with her children. Oh, well, she ran to the door, so that's the safest bet. Okay.
Looking at the man saying, "Is this your home?" And he said, "Yes."
Nothing to feel bad about. Putting your children in harm's way is nothing to feel bad about. We all saw how she picked up her kid. It looked like she said a code word or something and ran off screaming. Oh, on top of that, why is she teaching her little child, I think a little girl, to confront somebody under the guise of you need to protect the neighborhood? That's not something a child should be learning. When there's a threat that the adult feels, teaching a child, well, you will go and double check and make sure and verify. You don't believe what a stranger says when they say that they live there. You ring the doorbell. That's what you teach your child.
And I said, "I don't believe that it is." And because of those words came out of my mouth, and because he was a black man, I have been pointed as being racist.
Ridiculous, yeah.
Although it was very dark. Yeah, so...
she was running major crocodile tears, snotting, but nothing running down her face.
I told her that I thought he was a younger white guy. So the neighborhood, yes, it was posted on the neighborhood page. I've had some neighbors who have been very, very gracious and have reached out to us, and they know that the integrity of my family, that is not who we are. Unfortunately, there have been a lot of other people who have kind of rallied behind what's happening. And so the page is...
So if it was a white man, these people would have been okay. No, nobody should be okay that she's confronting somebody with her children in her arms.
Crazy. There's been a lot happening within our neighborhood.
When you're scared, you're scared. Why aren't you leaving the vicinity? Why are you confronting the threat, perceived threat, and on top of that, teaching your child this is the best thing to do? Regardless of your size, stranger danger is out the window. Don't leave the vicinity. You got to show you're a strong woman. She's married. You're a strong woman. So you're teaching your, it looks like minor daughter, could be wrong, to be strong in the presence of a perceived threat. But everybody's focused on, the racist angle, Shannon Sharp and the other, I can't remember the other guy always talking to make everything a racial situation. This is the focus, not that she's, in my opinion, being a horrible mother. This is where the focus is. Everybody wants to focus on, race. So, look, got 300 X million people in this country. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. No, does he deserve it? No. Is it going to happen? Yes. But to make it the primary discussion of the situation is ridiculous. I really wonder if females even love females, because it's almost seeming to me that females don't even love children. Because if you continue on and listen, watching these comments, there is nobody chastising her for putting her children, those little kids, in danger because she wants to be, I need to be involved and make sure my neighborhood is safe. That's not your job. Take your kids home. She is out of line.
The posts were taken down. I never requested the post to be taken down. I did go into our neighborhood Facebook page, and I went live, and I publicly apologized to the...
Any wife or mother would have reacted and understood your reaction. It was simple misunderstanding. How do you say this is a normal reaction to being scared? Not leaving the vicinity, not going home, calling the police, calling the neighborhood watch captain, whoever, somebody else. You handle this. This is a good idea. Now, if he was an actual threat and harmed her and the children, then it would have been, condolences. Then you want to create a fund in the children's name so they could bring awareness to whatever they want to focus it on. The children were the precious angels. They didn't deserve it. Oh, the mother was terrified as he did such and such to her in front of her children. And then the children had to suffer and watch in anguish as their mother was ... in front of them. And then he turned his anger on them. Then it's like, well, why would he do this? Why? How do you focus on the quote unquote racism, racial profiling, but nobody is talking about she's doing a disservice to mothers by showing that this is a good thing when this is a stupid thing to do, considering you said you scared. I don't care if you say, oh, I thought it was a white guy, black. It doesn't matter. If you scared enough to run down an alley, looks like, screaming, hoping to get somebody's attention, then why do you praise her for standing and running her mouth to a perceived threat?
Homeowners, once again. And I will also, I try, like, truly, like, if there's anything that I can apologize for, I will. There was never racial intent. Ever. What I will apologize for is sorry for sharing the story of me being scared. I could absolutely be slower to speak. There was, I was truly just sharing the story. And so I'm sorry that I didn't necessarily think about your heart and the way that maybe it could have hurt your heart. But it was never to the neighborhood. It was me just sharing the story about.
I wish I could hug you. Why do you hug somebody to do something so stupid?
The whole thing. And if you guys don't know, because I think it's important to say it, there has been multiple instances where I have actually not these scenarios, but I've actually been pursued. And there was the man in Houston that I shared about as well. And that's why I just love to give context.
Nothing to apologize. He was mean and you were scared. But yet and still, nobody says, what the hell were you doing? Why didn't you take your, why didn't you pick up your phone, call your husband and tell him to come meet you over at the address? How does... I remember when the story was of a mother who was so overwhelmed with panic and fear that she lifted a car off of her children or her child to save them. Just got incredible superhuman strength. This is where it has devolved to. Not saving a child, but keeping a child in harm's way because you want to run your mouth and be, I'm not going to say a character, but you want to be strong. You want to be strong in front of your children. And you're willing to sacrifice your children's safety and or lives to let them know this is how you need to be. This is dangerous. This is dangerous and nobody is talking about it. Everybody wants to, oh, the racism. So what? It's going to happen. No, it should not happen. But for crying out peace sake, it has happened too often for everybody to get their feathers in a ruffle because it happened to him. Yeah, it's crazy, man. They shouldn't. And move on. Talk about her behavior. She has no business confronting a stranger. Never mind by herself, but with her kids.
Like, as a mom, like, in those lives, I said I wouldn't undo what I did. The way that I acted, the way I reacted.
The devil is working overtime. Wow.
What if that really would have happened? When I was in Houston, Texas, I had a registered sex offender profile us. He knew where I lived. He knew what time my husband went to the gym. He knew what car my husband drove. And he came to my house when my husband was gone. And I was in Houston, Texas, and I was followed 20 minutes home, and my car was broken into when I was at the store. And when I was a little girl, we had a man banging on our door and helicopters hovering over our home. So, did I overreact? Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Your neighbor should be praising you for trying to protect them and being vigilant. Why is she not protecting her children? Why is she worried about a neighborhood? To the point where she's putting herself along with her children in harm's way. Why is the neighborhood supposed to be proud of her behavior? If he did unspeakable things to them because he was an actual terror and a threat, then, oh my God, this shouldn't happen. This is such a quiet, nice and quiet neighborhood. Nobody would ever think that this would happen here. All because she decided to confront somebody to show how strong she was.
But I showed up at the door and I said that I was sorry 2 times. Before going as far as saying they're not genuine apologies, that
No, you
get
didn't.
them for whatever reason that is. I don't know
What a
how
hug,
it twisted
an
that way.
irresponsible
I
mother,
literally thought he was a white man.
in my opinion.
So
Everything is my opinion.
I knew it wasn't going to stop there, but the Facebook page stuff was deleted. Not me ever asking for any of it to be deleted. I made a public apology to them.
Your heart has always been on for others. You're supposed to be taking care of your kids, protecting your kids before any other damn body. You're a gem.
Through the video to a whole Facebook page of almost 500 residents in our neighborhood. And then I posted in the comments multiple times when people were just saying, like, disgusting and just tearing down our family's name. I once again came on and I said, if there's ever
It's going to be okay. Oh, hun, you fully understand what it means to be fearing for your life. How is she fearing for life if she's standing in front of running her mouth with her kids? How is she fearful for her life? Having her child ring the doorbell, that's fear. Not leaving the vicinity. Confronting, I don't believe you stay here. That's fear. Okay. With kids, that she's fearful with her kids running her mouth. Not leaving soon as he pulled up and just kept moving. She wants to protect the house that she doesn't live in because she's protecting the neighborhood by protecting the house over her kids. All right.
Smile, like, I will. I'm so sorry I could have ever offended you.
Shame on them for not being understand. How do you understand putting kids in harm's way? Protecting somebody else's house, putting your kids in danger. People are supposed to understand that.
And so I've absolutely apologized multiple times. It's not been accepted.
Purest heart. How do you have a pure heart when you deliberately put your kids in harm's way? Luckily, he wasn't a threat. Luckily, that was his house and everything turned out how it turned out. But how's this a pure heart?
So now I woke up today and John starts sending me screenshots of people going on.
That's mama mode. You don't need to keep apologizing. You went into mama mode to protect your How is she protecting her babies running her mouth? This is what I'm talking about. I don't understand. You can't judge a woman who is reckless with her body. You can't judge a woman who is reckless with her children. Everybody's a great mom. Everybody. That's good. That what she did is mama mode. Picking your kids up after you done ran out of the house because it's on fire and taking them back into the fire, that's mama mode. Loading up a 9mm, racking and loading it, leaving it in the middle of the living room, telling your kids to go play in the living room, that's mama mode.
All of my social media channels.
Sure.
And,
okay.
I had to make my pages private. On the
not one of these women are condemning her for putting her children in harm's way.
Some of which absolutely were from our members, but I would say over 300 of them within a 10-minute span were from people coming to absolutely attack us, saying,
I that's it. I was just like, wow, nobody is condemning her for what she did with her kids in tow. Everybody's either focusing on the race card or completely ignoring the fact that she put her kids in harm's way for neighbors. News at 11, mother and child, 2 kids murderized. What happened? Why would he do this? This was such a safe neighborhood. Nobody ever thought this would occur. The poor, sweet angels, they're up there with their mom looking down on us, smiling. Because she wants to confront somebody instead of taking her and her children out of harm's way. That's madness. Anyway, that's it.